Thank you for joining us for our third annual State of the Community Luncheon. This year has been a busy year, and like the seasons, it's fading fast. We have 29 days to Halloween, 84 days till Christmas. This is just for your information. You don't need to take notes. We can easily look it up on social media or on Google now. But 91 days till January 1st, 2026, or 2,184 hours. We know that's all going to be packed for you all. But today, we celebrate Orion at our annual luncheon. We are happy to share exciting updates from key local leaders, Heidi Mercer, Superintendent of Lake Orion Community Schools, Teresa Rutt, Council President, Village of Lake Orion, and Chris Barnett, Orion Township Supervisor. We have a great afternoon planned for you. We have a delicious, all-inspired lunch that you're going to absolutely go nuts over. It's delicious, my favorite menu of the whole year. And I just wanted to thank our sponsors because this event couldn't be made possible without them. Today's event sponsors we have two title sponsors, Michigan United Credit Union and McLaren Oakland. Let's give them a big round of applause. We also have our partner sponsors, Dort Financial Credit Union and DTE Energy. We have our Flora and Fauna sponsor, responsible for the beautiful table arrangements. Thank you, Redwood Lake Orion. We have our champion sponsors, Genesis Credit Union, ITC Michigan, Carrie Sorensen Real Estate Team, Metro Electric, Paint Creek Country Club, Spring Hill Suites, Detroit Auburn Hills, and our wonderful media partners, Lake Orion Review and Orion Neighborhood Television. Let's give them all a big round of applause. So before we get started, I'm going to take a few minutes to just give you a state of the chamber, because we've had quite the year. We are so fortunate to have a hardworking leadership team, and together our impact in the business community is huge. We are small, but with this small but mighty leadership team, we are able to really create a great experience and help all of our members succeed. So this is our leadership team. Board members are on the right. It's Jillian and I in the middle, and our ambassadors. But I just wanted to give a shout out to them. And when I call your name, could you just please stand up and wave? We have our board chair, Teresa Doan, Genesis Credit Union. Treasurer Janice Zale from Zale Group Wealth Management. Secretary Tanya Hamilton, North Oakland Community Coalition. Chase McMunn, Orion Township Public Library. And Aaron Watley, Orion Township Parks and Rec. We're also blessed to have our cheerful ambassadors, and I would just like them to stand up and wave as well. Matt Franca, Wow One Painting. Jennifer Kangater, Michigan United Credit Union. Cassandra Presserin, Lake Orion Review, View Newspaper Group. Lisa Trudell, Flagstar Bank. Sean Woodruff, Dort Financial Credit Union. And Shauna Patel, Dort Financial Credit Union. Thank you all. As you know, we have our wonderful staff here in the back. Jillian Nolan, Operations Manager. And our summer intern has also turned into our fall intern, we're excited to announce, Emma Bunting. Emma. Wonderful. So that's our leadership team leading this chamber, including myself, President and CEO. We're super grateful for all of you, for all of your attendance, participation, your energy, and making us want to do better. And this year, we did do better already. We have 52 new members so far this year with a total of 332 members, up slightly, just ever so slightly, but still, we were up this year. In our stats here, you can see on the right, or I'm going to just mention it too, 65.5% of our membership is actually located in Lake Orion and Orion Township. Next up, Oxford, about 11.2%, Rochester Hills, about 5.8%, 3.6% from Clarkston, 3.3% from Auburn Hills, and 2.7% from Troy, and 7.9% from other cities that are throughout Michigan. I just think that's important for you to know what our membership is made up of. Next up, as you all know, we are celebrating our 75th anniversary this year. The Chamber was incorporated on June 19th, 1950. Many of you were here at our 75th anniversary celebration in June. We are super excited, and we've been celebrating all year. One of the fun things we did was we hosted our 75th anniversary celebration and bringing together many of our local legends, and we have some really amazing legends, and past chamber leaders and staff, and just the community kind of came together to celebrate with us. It was such a fun day. We also, with the help of the Lake Orion Review, we published this legacy piece. It's really great. It's about a 32-page insert that was put out in the Lake Orion Review, and this will also go in our time capsule. So it's really captured the chamber where it was and where it is today, so that in 75 years, or say 25 years from now, the next chamber team doesn't have to do all the research. We put it all in there nice and neat, and it wasn't without a lot of hard work, but luckily we had a fabulous legacy committee. So, and I just want to give a shout out to the Legacy Committee, some of which are here today. Elena Campbell, she was a paid executive director, and she was really helpful. Carl Sorowski, longstanding board member and board chair. Joe Johnson from ONTV, and Cassandra Presserin from the Lake Orion Review, and her team really did a lot of really great research to make that publication happen. And there are some extra copies on our table over here, along with some other commemorative items that you're more than welcome to take with you upon your departure. So one of the things that we did was we created this really great timeline. So with a lot of research, like I mentioned, we created this timeline so that everybody kind of knew, like, a lot of the really cool things actually came out of the chamber years ago. The Orion Lighted Parade, the tagline, "Where living is a vacation," the War Memorial. So we wanted to just kind of put it in a timeline, and that is actually in that. I think it's actually going to be in our new publication as well. So that was super exciting, and boy, did I learn a lot, and I felt like an Orion historian by the end. It was awesome. We had 4 big boxes of archives to go through, plus numerous articles from the Lake Orion Review. I did also just want to mention that this year we did put out a 75th anniversary commemorative new resident welcome bag. These new resident welcome bags, there's some over there for you to take. Just wanted to let you know, we do hand out about 500 new resident welcome bags each year. 30 are going to the township on Monday. Emma's packing them up tomorrow. If you have promo items, menus, coupons, anything you'd like to put in there, please just bring them by the chamber office, and we're happy to put them in, and that gives you a nice, possibly new customer base. So I wanted to mention that for you. Oh, and this is a fun one. Traditionally, the Chamber has approximately 75 to 100 events, programs, educational workshops, our golf fundraiser, small business walks, and networking opportunities. In addition to our 2 structured networking groups that we have, we also last year began a trades, builders, suppliers, peer-to-peer network, and just last month we launched a health and wellness peer-to-peer network. These 2 industries make up the larger percentages of our chamber membership, with health and wellness being 20% of our membership, so that's pretty significant. And then leading right behind that are the trades, builders, and suppliers. So we put together some new opportunities for them to network amongst each other in efforts so that they can build their business. And both have mixers this month, and there's so much energy in those rooms. We just love those groups. Also, we are up through October right now. We've hosted 26 ribbon cuttings. We have 4 dates left, I think, until the end of the year. So we are up 6 ribbon cuttings already. We did 20 last year. So that's a great indication of all the new businesses that we have. We have celebrated some anniversaries, some relocations as well. That's super exciting. And we are producing a 75th anniversary edition of our membership referral guide, which will include a lot of fun historical facts. And all of our members will have 2 full listings in in that directory. And the neat thing about that is that will go down in the time capsule too. So all of you will go down in history with us. And then lastly, our Impact Awards will be coming up on Thursday, December 4th, right here at Paint Creek Country Club. Nominations open next week, so if you know of anybody that might qualify, please nominate them. We would love to have you nominate them. We have about 6 different categories. As many of you might know, we have a beautiful luncheon here honoring Orion's finest. That ends my presentation for the 75th, but I just wanted to share that with you because it has been a busy and exciting and very successful year. And again, we couldn't have done it all without all of you. So at this time, I would like to bring up our title sponsor, Michigan United Credit Union. And Jennifer Kangater, would you please join me at the mic?
All right, hello everyone. I'm Jennifer Kangater, Business Development at Michigan United Credit Union. I'm so happy to be here today at the State of the Community. On behalf of all of us at Michigan United Credit Union, thank you to the Orion Chamber for hosting such a wonderful event. Even though many of our team members don't live here in Lake Orion, we spend a lot of time working in the community, and it has truly become special to us. We built long-lasting relationships with the local schools, businesses, and leaders, and we're thankful for the chance to support and be part of great things happening here. We also love working with Orion Chamber, Orion Youth Assistance, the Lake Orion Schools, and so many others. Together, we get to be part of fun community events, support local businesses, help keep the area strong and welcoming. It's also about teamwork, and we're proud to be a part of the team and make such a great place to be. Before I close, I want to introduce my lovely team sitting at the table. We have Renee, Business Development. Tony Carson, she is IRA, HR, Accounting Specialist. Kathy, she is Member Experience. Rebecca, we have our Marketing Specialists. I'm trying to go around the table, so I apologize. We have Leanne, VP of Operations, Linda, VP of Business Development, and Jim, VP of Marketing. So please say hi to them if you get a chance. They are a big part of what makes the credit union so special. And thank you again for having us, and thank you for everything you do in the community and such a great place. We're proud to be supporting of it.
Thank you, Jennifer. Next up, we have one of our featured speakers today, Heidi Mercer. She is the superintendent of the Lake Orion Community Schools. Heidi, would you like to come up and give your presentation?
All right, good afternoon. I guess it is. Oh, well, 2 minutes early, but all right. So I am Heidi Mercer, and I am the proud superintendent of Lake Orion Community Schools. Also with me today is Andrea Curtis. She is our assistant superintendent of business and finance. So, all right. Few things to share with you today. We are off and running already this school year. It is our 5th week in school, if you can believe that, and we are already a half of the way through the first quarter, which is crazy. Time continues to fly. I wanted to make sure that you knew the cabinet team of Lake Orion Community Schools. We do have Adam Weldon as Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Drew, Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, Andrea, who is with me today. And then I also wanted to point out that we have added a new position to our cabinet, not a new position to the district, but a new position to cabinet, and that is our Director of Special Education. She is new to Lake Orion, Sarah Leggett. But again, I think this is something that I wanted to point out. We feel that it's very important that as we are discussing different things going on throughout the district, making decisions, we need to be sure that all voices and all students are represented at the table. And so this had been something that we had been talking about, and so we are happy to have Sarah as part of our cabinet as well. Few stats regarding the district that you may or may not be aware of, but currently we have 6,943 students. Obviously that ebbs and flows each day. but you will see there that is including preschool. We have a breakdown of staff from certified all the way down to transportation secretaries, our support staff as well. Our schools, we have 6 elementaries, 3 middle, 2 high schools, an early childhood center, and adult special education that we service throughout the district. We are proud to say that our graduation rate is 96%. That was in 2024. Our free and reduced lunch rate, this is a stat that sometimes surprises some of our community. We are at 21.2%. This is something that we have seen increase over a period of time. We are dealing with some tough economical times, as you are well aware, and this truly is also impacting some of our families in Lake Orion, which is important to note. You see our ethnicity breakdown there. And then our languages spoken. This is also an area that continues to grow and people are often surprised about, 47 different languages. And then our attendance rate, which we are very proud of, is over 96%, which is something that in the past couple years we have really been focusing on because that was much lower right after COVID. But we are happy to say we are back up in our attendance. Our strategic plan, if you are not aware, is on our website. There is a whole plan that spells out all of our initiatives that we are working on this year. Some were from inception of the plan, which began, we're in our 4th year now. So if you have not had a chance to take a look at this, I encourage you to do so because again, it is a wealth of information of what is happening throughout the district and the things that we are currently working on. This is a document that is live, so to speak, so we make sure that it is updated. As initiatives are completed, we take them off and we add more on. We also provide 3 updates to the board every year. So again, this is, I think, a very important document, and so that you are aware of what is happening in your district. Something that is very important, and hopefully you have all heard, especially if you live in Lake Orion, our school district is going for a bond proposal this November. I will have flyers that you can pick up on the way out. The theme for this bond is delivering the Dragon Difference for all students. There are many, many projects throughout this bond. It's worth $272 million worth of projects. As the other point that I want to point out, it is at a tax decrease. So that is important to note. So please make sure, again, that if you are not aware of this bond, please check out our website, pick out a flyer. If you have students in the district, it is very important that you are well aware of what this bond project entails. A lot of great things for kids, and I think that it is important that as a community, as a district, we make sure that our schools continue to evolve. And so that is very important. Please make sure you also remember to vote November 4th. Absentee ballots are available already. So again, very important within our community. And this is the QR code here and our website where you can get more information, not only regarding the bond, but as I said, the strategic plan and all of the information that is happening within our district. I think that is it. I promised Joyce I'd be short, quick to the point. Thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. As we all know, a strong school system is imperative to the success of everyone, and especially businesses. So with that, thank you, Heidi. We are going to break for lunch. Enjoy, and we'll be back after lunch. Enjoy.
Have you ever thought of producing your own podcast? ONTV offers the facilities, equipment, and training to help you get your own podcast off the ground. Learn how to record your show and get it out to the world. Cost is $25 per person, which gives you access to ONTV's podcast room and equipment. For more information, give ONTV a call at 248-393-1060 or visit orionontv.org today.
At this time, I would like to introduce the dignitaries in the room. As you know, one of the Chamber's key initiatives is to provide access to local, regional, state, and federal leaders. And we have them all here with us today. So I just want to take a moment to introduce, obviously, Chris Barnett, or our Orion Township Supervisor, Julia Dalrymple, our Orion Township Clerk. You want to stand? Okay, great. Matt Pfeiffer, Orion Township Treasurer. We have Teresa Rutt, Council President, Village of Lake Orion. You're going to be hearing from her in just a moment. We have George Dandelitis. He's a Village Council member. George. And we're lucky here to have with us today DDA representatives, Debbie Burgess, Elena Campbell, and Janet Bloom. They're at this table over here. We have John Novak from the office of Congresswoman Lisa McClain. And we have Alec Hughes, office of Senator Gary Peters, with us today. So if you have anything you want to talk with them about, hopefully they'll be available afterwards. But please do introduce yourself and let them know what business you represent today. I'd like to thank our second title sponsor, McLaren Oakland. And I would like to introduce Allison Gowan, Director of Philanthropy, to come up to the mic and tell us a little about McLaren Oakland.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Allison Gowan Moreno, and I am the new Director of Philanthropy at McLaren Oakland. First, thank you to the Chamber for hosting this event today and for welcoming McLaren as a proud sponsor. We are grateful to be part of a business community that believes, as we do, that health and vitality are essential to a thriving community. So I'd like to take this time to share a little bit about McLaren Oakland Foundation, and the work that's being done in this community. So the McLaren Oakland Foundation is the fundraising arm of our organization, but our role goes beyond fundraising, and our impact goes beyond the walls of our facilities. We build relationships and bring together resources to make sure that everyone in the community has access to excellent care close to home. Right here in Lake Orion, our commitment to excellent care is evident in our Lake Orion Nursing Center. This center over on Flint Street provides skilled nursing, short-term rehabilitation, and long-term care for some of our most vulnerable neighbors. These are seniors who are recovering from injury or illness, and individuals who need a safe, healing place to call home. McLaren Oakland has been serving families in northern Oakland County for several decades now, and we believe that while excellent care is important, it's not the only thing that makes for a thriving community. Relationships matter. And so as we seek to build and strengthen the relationships in this community, I'd like to invite you to consider yourselves as philanthropic partners in this work. How can we work together to ensure that our neighbors remain healthy and thriving? When we collaborate, we bring more than just dollars. We bring ideas, expertise, and networks to ensure that every contribution to the McLaren Oakland Foundation directly impacts our patients and their loved ones. So on behalf of our patients, their families, and our staff here today, thank you for your belief in the power of community. We look forward to strengthening our relationships with each one of you so that we can continue to make sure that the community and the people living in it continue to thrive. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Allison. And if you haven't already, please visit their table over here. They're giving away a beautiful fall-inspired gift basket, and they have a bunch of cool swag over there. So please help yourself. At this time, we are going to bring up our speaker, Teresa Rutt. She is the Council President, Village of Lake Orion. She was elected to council in 2018 and is serving her first term as Council President. Teresa, please come up and let's give a warm welcome.
Thank you. It's always risky being right after lunch. I had to make sure I had nothing in my teeth before I came up here. No salad or anything lingering. But it's an honor to stand here before you today to tell you a little bit about the state of Lake Orion. There we go. Oh, there. Our beautiful alleyway there. So when I bought my house 13 years ago, I really had no idea what I was getting into. My husband and I walked into our third house of the day, looked at each other and said, yep, this one's it. Now, I feel very fortunate because I know that's not the home buying experience of most people. We finished looking at 2 other homes that day out of courtesy that we had an appointment with. But what I didn't know when I bought our home was how ingrained I would become in this community. So I grew up in a small town in West Michigan, Saranac, village population 1,300. Rural land all around, small farm community. We didn't have a stoplight in town, and my graduating class was 78, much smaller than our school system here. I was a member of FFA, formerly the Future Farmers of America, with those blue corduroy jackets. And then I moved to Detroit for university and discovered the sprawling suburbs of Metro Detroit. When I married my husband and realized we were going to stay in Metro Detroit, much to my disappointment because I wanted to move back to West Michigan, because he's an engineer and a lot of engineering jobs are here, I didn't anticipate finding Lake Orion, a place that retains a lot of the small town feel that I grew up in Saranac. I didn't think I would find a place where when I walk into town, my kids groan every time when I start talking with somebody and it takes us much longer to get back home than what they had bargained for. You know, this is a place where people have deep roots, but it's also not stagnant. It's a place where people want to be, and it's a place that as we look around at our lake, our downtown, and our vibrant community, we can see why people want to be here. So today I'm going to talk more than just updates, but it's also time to celebrate our accomplishments, acknowledging some of the challenges while looking together at a shared vision for the future. But first I want to express my gratitude to our residents who invest their time and heart into making Lake Orion a true community. Residents like my neighbor Christina. She has no idea I'm calling her out in this and putting up a photo. She invites people to her patio. She's always up for an event downtown. She hosts movie nights for our neighborhood on her garage. She hosts exchange students every year. And she is always welcoming people. Our residents also rally around those in need, from people who find themselves in hard economic times. They show up with generosity on the Buy Nothing Facebook page, and they're quick to help those who are most vulnerable. Our local businesses not only fuel our economy, but make Lake Orion a destination. They support our traditions. They invest back into our community. Businesses like our newcomers, the Lake Orion Bike and Adventure Company, who are represented over here. They're new kids on the block in Lake Orion, but they've stepped in to support downtown events, provide bike rentals to visitors, and they've become a hub of activity in our downtown. Our first responders and public works teams, they keep us safe in our village running in every season. Our police chief, who joined us last summer, is doing an amazing job leading our police department with professionalism and with heart. And then the kids in our community. The youth are the future of Lake Orion. And I admire so many kids in our community who are entrepreneurs, who are volunteering more than what they have to, and those who go the extra mile to be kind to someone who needs a friend. So this past year has given us much to celebrate. We've seen incredible growth in community vibrancy. We've welcomed a number of new businesses, and more on that in a minute, supported facade improvements. We've seen incredible participation in downtown events. If you didn't know, the American Legion has made Thursday nights the place to be in downtown Lake Orion with the Cornhole League. If you have not been to Lake Orion on a Thursday night, you are missing out. You walk downtown and there are people all over. But truly there's something to do almost every night, between bingo or karaoke or trivia or music at restaurants, 20 Front Street, the Horseshoe League, the many festivals and special events, the Pedal Boat Pub, the historic tours. This year will end with over 48 days where there are special events going on in the village of Lake Orion. If that's not vibrancy and thriving, I'm not sure what else is. Our downtown looks amazing thanks to the DDA, thanks to our businesses. In-kind donors, our Department of Public Works. 13 years ago, when I moved to Lake Orion, this vibrancy didn't exist. There were empty lots. There was not a lot of activity. And those who've been here even longer than me remember when it was even a quieter ghost town. So I'm proud of all those businesses who have chosen to make Lake Orion their home. Because we support downtown businesses, because we support entrepreneurs, nonprofits, and more, our community has become a hub where friends can bond over ice cream, a glass of wine, a good meal, outdoor recreation, a carnival ride, and local art. So as we continue to make Lake Orion a place that people want to live and visit, we have welcomed many new businesses this year. Lake Orion Bike and Adventure Company, Robotic Rehab and Relief, Adamo Construction, Irish Tavern, Waterside Social, oh, there's the cornhole, Right Hook Branded Merchandise, Sick Town Hall, Messy Designs, just to name a few. And there are even more. We're eagerly awaiting the opening of a few more businesses in the coming months, Rise Lounge, Clover and Creek, Michigan by the Bottle, and more. We're also investing in making Lake Orion a pedestrian-friendly community with our sidewalk improvement program to make the downtown even more walkable. The DDA's landmark project at the Lumberyard at Paint Creek, which will host not only new businesses, but also public space and a new trailhead, making Lake Orion an even stronger destination and place where people can enjoy outdoor recreation. It's clear to see Lake Orion's growing. We're also welcoming a variety of new housing opportunities in our community. And I'm pleased that the people who are investing in our community are doing so in a very responsive and thoughtful way, considering the historic and small-town character of our village. And we have the privilege that we get to welcome new neighbors who will become good friends, volunteers, business patrons, and more. So what kind of housing opportunities and developments are happening downtown? Some people want updates on those. West Construction will be adding several townhouses for purchase where the school administration is currently sitting. And their massive historical preservation project at the Eman Center, or the old high school, has been a very challenging undertaking that's hopefully seeing light at the end of the tunnel where they can begin to move forward soon. Mosheri Companies have opened Mystic Cove, a luxury apartment community, and work continues on their other properties on the lake that will include a mix of apartment communities, condominiums, single-family homes. To many, that's old news. They've seen the construction. A lot of people want to know about the Jacobsons development. Now, I stay very connected to that. It's in my backyard, literally. When I purchased my home, I loved that it backed up to this undeveloped woods. And while Lake Orion was not so vibrant or as in demand when I bought 13 years ago, I also bought with the knowledge that at some point it would probably be developed. Although I did toss out the suggestion to the Jacobsons, one of them a few years ago, that they could just donate it for a park. That didn't work. And as much as my kids mourn the loss of the woods behind our house, that give us a little bit of that up north feeling, I know that change is guaranteed. And when I say that the Mosheri Companies are trying to be thoughtful about the project, I mean it. And they didn't pay me to say that, I promise. I reached out to them immediately when I heard about the project, not as a village council president, but as a resident on behalf of my neighborhood. They welcomed me into their offices to show me the plans. They asked what I thought. And then at the planning commission hearings between the township and the village, they listened and they made some thoughtful adjustments, providing greater public benefit, preserving mature trees. They also chose to put almost all single-family homes where they could have put higher density and businesses. So while I'd rather look out at the woods in my house, if I'm being perfectly honest, they're choosing to be good neighbors. And I'm choosing to look at the good and think and remind myself that perhaps there will be fewer rabbits attacking my garden once development gets underway. The project will include 48 single-family homes, 7 townhouses, a market, as well as public space. In addition to that development, people also wonder, what about the lot at the corner of Flint and Anderson Street? That property owned by JS Capital Group is scheduled to go under construction next year for a 4-story mixed-use development with retail on the first floor, offices on the second floor, and residential on the third and fourth floors. An extension was granted so they could finish up 2025 projects before turning to focus on that one, which will become the site of their corporate offices. So it's easy to see there's a lot happening in our community. The vibrancy of our community is an economic driver for our residents, our businesses, and the area. Looking forward, our focus will remain where it's always been. Responsibly stewarding this community, our village remains in a strong financial position despite infrastructure needs that all communities have. We're taking every opportunity to shoulder those infrastructure improvements sustainably. We work hard with developers to add value to our downtown. Change can be hard, but no community is unchanging, and we have to steward our growth well. So we continue to protect what makes Lake Orion unique, our community, our historic legacy, our people, and our natural assets. And we'll plan for a sustainable future. We're making heavy investments into our sewer system, creating better workflows, investing in people. We want to make sure Lake Orion continues to be a place that thrives, where families can thrive, where businesses can grow, and every resident feels a sense of belonging. So as we move forward together, I encourage every resident, every business owner, every member of the community to stay engaged. Volunteer, join the DDA's Illuminator volunteer group. Shop local, share your ideas, because together we can build on Lake Orion's proud history while shaping a future that is bright, inclusive, and full of opportunity. The state of our community is strong, and together we'll keep it that way. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. That was awesome. Thank you. Next up, we have our Orion Township Supervisor, and he has some really exciting updates as well. So Chris has been the Orion Township Supervisor since 2018, I believe it is, 2012. So he has a lot to share with you today, so please give a warm welcome to Supervisor Chris Barnett.
Thank you, Joyce. It feels like it's been longer than 2018, because it has been. You are stuck. Look how much more hair I had, and it was less gray back in the old days. Thank you, everyone, for coming today, and thank you to the Chamber, and thank you to Major League Baseball for starting the Tigers game at 3 p.m. instead of 1 p.m. as it was originally supposed to start, so that you would all stay here. But this is a great opportunity to share some updates, recognize some amazing people in the room, and be among friends. So first of all, I'm so grateful to have the privilege of being in this role for 13 years. It's hard to believe it's been that long, but it has been. Some of you are ready for, some of you know it's been a long time. And if you, about 6 months ago, I had the privilege of giving my 13th State of the Township address in April. How many of you were there? I was dressed up as Peter Pan for part of it. It was amazing. I still have that costume. But it's just a privilege to be able to share the great things happening in our community. And it would not be happening without our amazing team. So today with me at this table are our clerk, Julia Dalrymple, treasurer, Matt Pfeiffer. You all know them, super active in our community. We're so blessed to have a team that is engaged in our business community. And then we have Chelsea and Aaron from our parks team. Aaron's our parks director, and Chelsea's our assistant parks director. So thank you. And then I can't say enough about our great partners. I have the privilege of traveling the country and frankly the world on different boards and committees that I've been appointed to over the years. And the one thing that I hear a lot about is the conflict that people have amongst their community, and we don't have it. We really have a cohesive team here. So huge kudos to our partners at the school system and Heidi, our superintendent, and I know she couldn't tell you this, but I will be voting yes emphatically for our school bond. I think you all should too. I can say that. I don't think you can. But I think it's really important to have a strong school district. And when we ask our residents why they move here, it's usually parks and schools, and they flip them, and but those are the two top reasons. So we need to keep supporting our schools. And then our village is absolutely thriving. Thank you to the leadership of the Village Council, led by Teresa. That was an amazing presentation, so thank you, Teresa, for all your hard work. And George, and the DDA members are here. The DDA is strong, and I'm a huge proponent of the DDA. But moving on now to what are we up to, I thought I'd try to tailor this presentation a little bit to what might interest you, our business community, and what might help you plan for your futures here in our community. So a quick snapshot, you'll see our community, the one benefit that we have is we're living as a, that's pretty mediocre. We're living as a, still not awesome, but okay. We really are. And why do we say that? Because a third of our land mass is lakes and parks. And in 2016, we took a risk. This area you're looking at here on the map is called our Corridor Improvement Authority. That's our border of Auburn Hills, Brown Road, and Baldwin. And I asked the board if they would support us taking a loan, borrowing money, $9 million, to do two things. To spur economic development by widening Brown Road. We had developers that would come in and look at these lots on the north side of Brown Road. If you're familiar with Brown, you all shop there. You go to Costco and Sam's and Meijer and Target, and that's all in Auburn Hills. The north side is Orion, and we had nothing. Frankly, really nothing. Blight. So the board was nervous, but we pressed on. So I want to talk to you a little bit about how that's working, what we did, took a risk, and how that's working. Well, first of all, you can't see this very well either, but what I want to point out is in our pipeline, we have 1,800 residential units in the pipeline. 1,800 housing units. That's a lot, but I'll tell you why I think that's good. A majority of those are going to our south border. When we talk to people, we kind of divide our community into thirds. The southern third is our industrial corridor, 2 exits off I-75, which is really rare, only happens a few times north of the city of Detroit, if you look at the map. Joslin and Baldwin is one of those locations. But the infrastructure can handle it. So a lot of those housing units are going here in our Corridor Improvement Authority. So we cast a vision in 2016, and we went out to the world. I want to give a shout out to Sarah Boudreau, who has worked hundreds and hundreds of hours listing properties and bringing developers to us, and we couldn't do it without you. But we cast this vision, and we hear a lot about traffic. Who thinks the traffic is bad? It's okay, you can raise your hand. Nobody's in trouble. What we found out just this week, we worked with SEMCOG, we commissioned a study to find out what percentage of the cars are actually coming or stopping here. And we found out that almost 40% of the cars that are going through our community originate from outside of the community and continue on through the community. So we can really fix our traffic issue if we put up some toll booths and charge people that are not stopping in our community. So we have a lot of traffic, but these developments really aren't impacting our traffic too much. And as a quick side note, I had the privilege to, through the U.S. Conference of Mayors, myself and 7 other mayors, I'm a township supervisor, I know, but got to go to Providence, Rhode Island this summer for something called Mayor's Institute on City Design. And we got to pitch problems in our community and have these design experts from all over the world weigh in on our issue. And that was my issue. I said, we are known as we're living as a vacation. How do we do a better job of that with this growth we're experiencing? So more to come on that in the future. I'm not going to dive into that too much today, but we're going to talk a lot about that next year. So let's circle back to our Southern Development Project, where a lot of this growth is happening, and talk to you about a few things. First, the Pearl. This is the vision we cast. We wanted mixed use. We wanted live work, and this is what's coming there. This is right across the street from Meijer. They're in the process of breaking ground. This is a mixed use development, and it's exactly what our vision was. And a lot of that traffic and a lot of that infrastructure at first already exists, but it gets people right to 75. Then we have Grand Development, which is just down the street. You have a couple restaurants out front there. Culver's is one of them. Longtime chamber member, Texas Roadhouse. Behind there, we've just been meeting with these folks. We have 3 hotels planned, more hotels. Sorry, Jim. Spring Hill Suites, a great hotel. But why are they coming here? I'll tell you that in a minute. And then just across the street, people are really excited about this. We've been talking about this for a couple years, but it's actually happening. Talked to these developers this week as well. That's Chick-fil-A and Shake Shack. They're breaking ground, and any day now. They just got their permits from Eagle. So those are going to go in this Corridor Improvement Authority. So why would we do this? We spent $4 million to widen a road that we don't own. And then we spent almost $5 million to beautify a road we don't own. Who thinks the Baldwin streetscape is amazing? We've won lots of awards. We put a fountain in the middle of it. It might be pink right now. We opened up our new park, Heritage Park. There's something I'm going to talk to you about on your table in a minute. But this has been an important priority of the Township Board. What people don't often know is the Township, we don't own any of the infrastructure. It's all owned by the county, the Road Commission. And when they do a road project, they give you what we have on M24. Or if you drive up Adams Road, you see the roundabout. Actually, if you drive to Clarkson and Baldwin, you see that roundabout with a nice, just grassy knoll. That's what we get. So we took the initiative to say we don't want just that. We want walkable. We had no sidewalks when that project was first approved, the Baldwin project. 0 landscaping. We just had 5 roundabouts. So this is what we did, and I think it's working. And the great news is it was a risk. We borrowed money, and this year it will be finally self-sustaining. What that means is we have been subsidizing that with general fund tax dollars to pay that loan back. But now this year, with the investment revenue that we have from all the investment that happens on the corridor, now it's going to start making us money, and we'll be paying that off. And we will have this beautiful corridor forever. So thank you for trusting us. And that is great news. Normally people would clap, but that's okay. We'll keep moving. But why is a lot of this happening? We can't be, it's not just the amazing leadership of Matt and Julia. It's our largest employer, GM. Is anybody from GM here today? Okay. But GM, they're the big one. And so this has been a project of mine since I've been here. I mean, they are our largest employer, so we need to keep them generally satisfied and happy with us. So a few years ago, it was announced that they were looking to expand and locate a new facility to build electric vehicles, and we battled. We battled with multiple states, and we battled with Lansing. Andy Shore is a good friend of mine, the mayor there, and we were sitting in, we learned in December, we couldn't say it till January to anyone, but we were announced we were going to be the home of the Chevy EV Silverado. Great news, adding 4 million square feet to our already 4 million square foot building, making us the largest manufacturer of GM, of all of GM, which is incredible. Well, we kind of know what's happened, right? The infrastructure doesn't quite exist yet. The economy, who knows what else. I'm not going to get into politics here. But just this June, GM, I was at another conference, and they said, we need to talk to you. It's very important. I went to my room, got on the computer, and said, we have news. And they said, we're not building EV Silverados anymore, which we've been all excited about. We made logos, swag. We are now going to build the Cadillac Escalade. It's amazing, yeah. And the Chevy Silverado and Sierra gas pickups. So 3 of the most profitable and popular vehicles in their platform are coming to Orion, Michigan. That's incredible. What does that mean to us? 5,000 jobs. We got a chance a couple weeks ago to meet with, it was GM Day. We met, that's Duncan Elred, the president of GM North America, and Julia and Matt and myself. And we got to go to the Capitol and talk about the importance of this investment in our community. It's amazing news. That's why we're having a lot of this housing boom. That's why hopefully your businesses will be thriving. We can take advantage of this. But we are grateful, so grateful for the GM investment. That's the large reason why my hair is so gray. It's very stressful. Every day there's a curveball, but we will get there. They'll be opening in first quarter of 27 for production. The other thing that's coming along with them, choo-choo, I don't know, I can't do the train noise. The railroad will ride again. Who was here when the railroad used to run? Anybody know knows township staff? Who was the last customer of the railroad? Circus. That's the last group that used the railroad, and they would literally walk the elephants down Giddings Road in the middle of the night, from where the fire station is now to the palace. Down Giddings Road, the back way, they'd not walk the tigers. Those would go in the trailers. But the elephants would literally walk. There's pictures of them walking down the road. Anyway, GM will utilize the railroad. Who's had a fun few months on the roads? Heidi's ready to kill me. Buses can't get anywhere. Infrastructure investment's important. All those railroad crossings are completed and finished. This project, the slide before this said short-term pain for long-term gain. I don't agree with that, so I skipped it. It's a month behind schedule. You can yell at us, but as I told you a few minutes ago, we don't own the infrastructure, or we're not responsible for it. We had a challenging contractor on this job. But the good news is it's supposed to open this week or next. That's what they told us yesterday. But this top slide here, this top left, I'm sorry, it's rubber. There's 5 feet of shredded tires under that road. Never built a road in Michigan with a rubber base before. That's true. We sure hope it works. So it will be open. You'll be able to have a less stressful commute. And a huge shout out to our transportation team at the school district who's had a really rough start to their year. And then we love our safety paths and trails and connections. We're living as a vacation. We were just awarded another $825,000 from SEMCOG to do a really critical connection on Mabee Road with a boardwalk. Our team is killing the grant game. So congrats to them and to us and to all of you who will be able to enjoy that. Yes, thank you. Last weekend, we had a couple hundred of our friends from all over the country on last Thursday, yeah. We I emceed the opening event, and they stayed at the Royal Park Hotel because we needed more room, Jim. Sorry. We need a big ballroom at your place. But we had people from as far as Hawaii that came here, spent the weekend with us. Our team did an amazing job. Raise your hand if you had any part in touring, visiting, met someone from out of town. Thank you to the DDA team, the Village team. Julia and Sam and Jenny from my team really led this effort. A year's worth of work culminated with an amazing weekend, perfect weather. Finished at my favorite spot in town, Miracle League. Raise your hand if you have never been to the Miracle League, if you've never been there. Be honest. Be honest. Okay, you all have homework. You have until Halloween. Every Saturday, we have 8 teams right now. Kids come as far as an hour and a half away, our special needs friends, to play on our field at Friendship Park. It's absolutely amazing, special. And please, they'll play every Saturday, starting at 10:30, 12, 1:30, and 3. So go out there. I promise you, you won't leave there without a huge smile on your face because these kids really love it. And that was all completely money that we raised without spending any tax dollars. It was all grants and private contributions. Lots of you in this room, so thank you. And then a little bit on our park side. We have a community center that's currently called Great Lakes Athletic Club for now. But on your table, you will see we have an event coming on November 12th. You're all invited. We've made lots of changes. This is now our senior space, but if you come join us on November 12th, you will be able to see it up close and personal. We are doing a couple things. We're really leaning into parks. We've added, at this day, we're going to have a map. We're going to unveil this map that's going to show the investment that we've made in parks and green spaces in the last decade. So we hear about the growth. We're growing too fast, too many cars, too many houses. There's no community, zero community in our entire state that has added as much recreational amenities as Orion Township has in the last decade. We're going to put those all on a map for you, yes. I've been the chair of our Supervisors Association for like 10 years. Bloomfield Township has 0 parks. They don't have one. We've added 4 in the last 2 years. We're adding another one at Lavender Ridge. Thank you to the Mosheri family. Hopefully they're breaking ground this winter. Heritage Park is on Baldwin. That's the one that looks like either a tree or a rake from the air, whatever you choose. But it's absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. And that speaks to the heritage. And there's beautiful signs out there that talk about the history of Gingeville, where that park is. And then we will be unveiling the new name of our community center, your community center, on November 12th. So we'll do a ribbon cutting at our park at 4:30 and then walk right up the street. And if anybody here wants to be a part of that day to help make it special and sponsor it or help us with some food, we would love to have you do that. And then that fountain that we talked about, that is pink now. We dyed it pink. We tested the rocks first to make sure they weren't going to stay pink after October. So far, so good. But we did that as a recognition to people that are fighting cancer. I lost my mom about exactly 1 year ago, and the community outpouring and support was incredible. And we're just trying to do things to set our community apart, that we care and love for people. Anybody tired of the negativity on social media? Everyone's hand should be up. So am I. We are so much better than that. So I want to close with this. Good news, this is all great news. But we are starting something. We're starting a movement. And if you don't want to be involved in it, then you should not be a part of our business community. But we're calling it the Positivity Project because we're not super creative. We have a lunch meeting coming up the end of this month, the 24th-ish. If you're interested, grab me, get my card, send me an email, because we're going to take away the strength of the internet bullies and the people that don't think what's going on in this community is great. And we should help them move someplace else. Realtors. I've said that a few times, and people don't like it, but I just don't like, I'm tired of it. We have so many great things, such a great community. We're going to support our schools next month, please, everyone. And we're going to do great things in our community together. I am so privileged to have this job. I don't get any of the credit or deserve any of the credit because we have the best team. And you guys are part of that. Every single person in this room that invests in our community, shows up to these events, supports our Miracle Leaguers, supports us for American in Bloom when we're hosting the nation's leaders here in our community. You guys set us apart. By the way, we had people that said it's the best conference they've ever attended ever in their life. Right? Old people have gone to lots of conferences. We do it right. We win, and we have fun while we're doing it. So thank you so much. Thanks for the privilege, and everyone have an awesome day. If you want to be part of the Positivity Project, please track me down. October 29th, we're having a meeting at 10 a.m. Yes, at Heidi's office, LOCS. October 29th, 10 a.m. More to come there. It's only for the cool people that want to be positive. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Chris. Great information. Did you learn a lot today? I said one lunch and you can learn everything you need to know, just for a few hours of your time. So thank you to our speakers. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Teresa. And thank you, Heidi, for engaging with us this afternoon and giving us so much great information that we can use, not only in our personal lives, like I said, but also in our business life. So thank you very much. I also just want to once again thank all of our sponsors. We couldn't do it without you, and we couldn't do it without all of our members. So thank you. Enjoy your day, and we hope to see you very soon. Continue to network, enter to win, and grab some swag from the chamber. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.